we have Tapu Koko making its way into Pokemon Go again. But this time it is bringing a shiny to the game. I'm so excited about this Pokemon because may not be the best Pokemon, which we will check out in a video, maybe, but most importantly, the shiny looks absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to get after that. So let's get into the counter guide today to make sure you guys are ready for Tapu Koko coming soon, along with a really cool event that makes it even more exciting. This Pokemon is taking its way into Pokemon Go on Wednesday, January 25th at 10 a.m. and that's going to go all the way until the 1st at 10 a.m. So we have exactly 1 week to be able to get it, and that raid hour will take place on 6 p.m. local time everywhere on the 25th. So Tapu Koko is going to be a unique combination of electric and fairy. With that unique combination, it is only going to have 2 weaknesses, which are going to be ground as well as poison, and then it's going to be double resistance to dragon from that fairy type combination, and then it's going to have 5 other resistances as well, which is pretty cool for it. This Pokemon is going to be 100% IV at 1810, and then it's going to get weather boosted under 2 conditions, which is going to be rainy weather for the electric and cloudy weather for the fairy type, and that is going to take this Pokemon all the way to 2263 at level 25, which then leads us into its moves. So for its fast moves, it's going to get Volt Switch and Quick Attack. Unfortunately, as do a lot of fairies in this game, they do not get double fairy moves that could make it better. I don't understand why this happens. However, this is one of those Pokemon that is going to fall victim to this pattern. I don't understand it. Maybe at some point these Pokemon are going to have these moves be implemented into their move pool, but you would think an electric and a fairy type Pokemon, oh yeah, makes sense. It's going to get an electric and a fairy fast move, and then maybe a third move that could be an off typing, but unfortunately it is left out here, which then leads us into its charge moves. Its charge moves are going to be Brave Bird, Thunder, Thunderbolt, as well as Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam being that fairy move, at least it gets one of the fairy moves that's pretty effective, so that is a benefit for this Pokemon. So as far as the ground as well as poison, fortunately it's not going to be weak to any of the movesets that's being put off by this Pokemon, which is definitely a plus here. And as far as taking down this Pokemon, 2.06 trainers at level 40 counters, which means if you have a semi-decent counter list and a few counters that are going to be above level 40, you are going to be able to duo this Pokemon. I do believe it will be a decent challenge, but it is duoable, which is a big plus. And the duo is going to be most effective when it's going to be either sunny weather for the ground boost or cloudy weather for that poison boost. Alrighty, so with all that said, now let's get into the top counters, starting off with a Pokemon that is not out yet. We are also going to include the shadows yet, but I want to put this Pokemon as number 1. Mega Garchomp will have its place here as well. I can't wait to see which one is going to be at the top, but we have ourselves Primal Groudon. Not out yet, but it is very soon to be out in Pokemon Go, less than a month, so I hope you guys are ready for it. In counter spot number 3, we have Mudslap and high horsepower on the Shadow Mamoswine. Shadow Mamoswine with the high horsepower is now a very, very powerful ground attacker, so thank goodness it did get that bump in that moveset. Love to see this Pokemon up here. That is a budget Shadow counter. Shadows are not really going to be that favorable for XL Candy because it takes 360 to max it out for the most part if you're going from level 20 all the way to level 50, but at the same time, it doesn't require paid XL Candy, which is why I consider it a semi-budget counter. In counter spot number 6, we actually have Shadow Golurk with Mudslap and Earth Power here. Pretty powerful Pokemon. Another semi-budget counter, but it is a Shadow. And those are pretty much going to be the only Pokemon in here that are going to make up this place. So that's going to lead us into the non-Shadows, and I will point out the budget counters in here for everybody out there that is not willing to pay for getting XL Candy for these legendaries. But they are fun, they are strong, and rating is cool. It's a good, vital part of the game. So here we go. Obviously, Primal Groudon, number 1, but that's not really out yet, so let's not consider that number 1. The number 1 Pokemon is going to be Mega Gengar. Mega Gengar is going to be Poison as well as Ghost type combination with the moveset combination of Lick as well as Sludge Bomb. So that's also going to lead us into which Mega would you use for this Pokemon if you want to get extra XL Candy. Well, there are a couple Pokemon here that we could use. Number 1, we could use Mega Ampharos for the electric. We could also use Mega Manectric for the electric as well. Or there's one other Pokemon that we are able to use, and that's going to be Mega Altaria because of the fairy and the dragon type combination, and those are going to be the only 3 available Megas at Mega level 3 that will boost our XL Candy to the highest potential. So for me, when I'm going after these Pokemon, unless I'm going after a duo, I may consider doing a Mega Gengar. If I'm doing a couple with a lot of low count trainers, I would consider doing that. But for the most part, I'm always trying to extract as much XL Candy. That's why I'm always recommending these complementary XL Candy Mega level 3 Pokemon, and the dual typings are amazing. Mega Altaria is one of my favorite ones as well. So the number 1 non-Mega, non-Shadow Pokemon is actually going to be Nihilego with Poison Jab as well as Sludge Bomb. And then we have Mega Beedrill with Poison Jab and Sludge Bomb. I would suggest not TMing away the Earth Power on that Pokemon and make sure just to give it a secondary charge move so you don't waste your Calm Day move. And then in the next spot, we have Mudshot and Earthquake on Mega Swampert. Really cool to see it here. And then next, we're going to have the most budget counter, high highest ranked one that we have next, which is going to be Excadrill with Mud Slap and Drill Run. And then we have Mud Slap and Earthquake on Rhyperior, followed by the Mamoswine with the Mud Slap as well as Earth Power. All three of those Pokemon are definitely going to be budget counters, easily to obtain and easily to be able to implement, and you don't have to pay for the XL Candy, and they are relatively frequent spawns throughout events. And then next we have Mudshot and Earth Power on Garchomp. Garchomp, the only reason it's not going to be a more powerful Pokemon here is that it is a dragon combination and it is going to be weak to Dazzling Gleam, which makes it slightly problematic. However, this Pokemon is going to be a very budget counter, and it will have a Mega, which the Primal Groudon will probably in this instance still maintain its placing because of, like I said, the dragon type combination, which is then going to lead us into the Therian form Landorus with Mudshot and Earthquake, followed by Mudshot and Earthquake on the Groudon, and then we have the Mudshot and Earth Power on the Landorus in the Incarnate form. And from here on down, we're really looking at budget counters that are not so powerful. I've already given you extremely easy to obtain and easy to power up Pokemon that are budget counters. So if you guys do want to do it and check out some of these, such as Rhydon, we have Roserade, you guys can keep checking out these Pokemon as we go down here and choose one of them if you like. But obviously, like I say, I prefer to stay in the top 6. Preferably, if I'm battling, I'm in the top 3, if not the number 1 at all times. Even if it's a not so favorable moveset against that Pokemon, I'd rather have the power than the other things coming after it. So with that said, now we're going to change into the weather conditions to go after this Pokemon. Number 1, we want to go after sunny weather. Sunny weather is going to help boost all of our ground type Pokemon, which is going to be favorable for us taking down this Pokemon in a fast manner, especially for the duos. That's going to be a great condition. Partly cloudy, not going to have an effect. However, in the cloudy weather, we are definitely going to have an effect. It's going to boost the Nihilego all the way to level 25, so it will be weather boosted. Not only that, it's also going to boost Dazzling Gleam. So Garchomp, in cloudy conditioned, if it has Dazzling Gleam, will not be a favorable moveset to go up against that Pokemon. Not only that, we also have boosts to all of our poison type Pokemon in the cloudy weather, which is definitely favorable. And also, cloudy weather is going to boost all the poison type Pokemon, so that is going to be helpful for us in that condition. That's a really good condition, favors our counters, and it favors that level 25 Tapu Koko, which is pretty cool. And then rainy weather is also going to boost the Tapu Koko. It's also going to boost all of the electric moves coming after that Pokemon, but a lot of the top counters are going to be ground and they're going to be double resistant to electric, so we're not really super worried about that condition. And that's really going to sum up everything about Tapu Koko and Pokemon Go. Most importantly, get this Pokemon. We're going to have a best of the best. We're going to keep you guys prepped on all the events. Thank you guys for being here. Hit that thumbs up. I like you guys being here as always. To all my likers, comment, subscribers, Patreon members. Everybody takes their support, subscription, stage 2X. Let me see you guys out in the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.